experience for me because I got a chance to experience different sides of my personality, act, which is something that I never, thought about doing professionally on that type of a level. So, of course, positively, it was overall.
If you were to do it all over again, would you have acted differently at all?
I would probably have a little bit more control of the show.
Of the show?
Yeah, just where my character was going. Not so much of the writing because, that's not my thing, but of my character, I would have had a lot more, hands-on control over my character.
Do you want people to understand that Moesha was a job and there was a whole thing with you and Countess, but we all have co-workers we don't get along with? Is it fair to say, folks, come on, it's a job. You don't get along with all of your co-workers.
You don't get along with everybody. Some people have problems with you. You have problems with some people, and you have to be mature about it to work it out. That's the whole thing. But, when you're around people every day, all day, you don't get along all the time. I mean, that was like my second family because when I would wake up in the morning, that's where I would go and spend most of my day. So you don't get along with everybody every day.
Are you amazed that close to 4 years later, people still want to know whether you and Monica fought, whether you all get along, that whole thing after doing a duet and winning a Grammy for it? Does it amaze you that anybody even cares?
No, I'm not amazed by it because, why wouldn't you think that? Because you have two females, and the female energy, sometimes it goes this way and that way. And then also there's a song that was, recorded, The Boy Is Mine, which is a cat fight. So it's quite natural for people to create rumors about Brandy and Monica fighting, but that's okay.
Did you all like each other?
Yeah, we liked each other. I respect her as an artist, definitely, but I don't have a relationship with her as a friend or anything like that.
And again, often the public, but often the public assumes just because you do a duet or you're seen somewhere with somebody that you're close. Your husband.
Yes.
We talked about.
Are you went right over that? Well, just went right on. I love it. Go ahead.
Well, I figure we could spend time talking about Monica and you all day, or we can get on to some other things.
That's great. We're right on.
Because as I figure, it ain't that important whether you all call each other or not.
Good.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things.
Good.
Your husband. We only have about 30 seconds. Let me ask him. We'll come back to that. Are you still getting used to the fact that somebody can say your husband, and talk about you? Or are you used to being married now?
I'm used to being married now. I'm used to hearing the husband and wife thing, and I think it's a beautiful thing because every time he's on the phone and he talks to his friends and say, I'm taking my girl. Your girl, I don't like to be called your girl anymore. I like to be called your wife. I love that.
And that big rock, I'm sure, helps with understanding what you raised.
It really does.
All right, we'll sneak a peek at that when we come back. Here's Brandy and her best friend, Monica, The Boy Is Mine. We'll be back in just a minute. We're back with Brandy. You wanted to say, though, you wanted to make sure you said about finding a friendship with Monica.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of sad when you have so much success together and you win a Grammy and, you have a #1 record for 13 weeks that, there is really no connection there. And I've tried to connect with Monica. Monica has tried to connect with me. It's just that, lost in the shuffle in this industry and everything else, it didn't work out. But
Monica, call her.
Please.
Send her a baby gift or something. Let me ask you about something that a number of people have talked about. I want to clear it up because I'm not really clear on the situation. A number of people, when you went into the hospital a little while back, wanted to know, was it dehydration? Were you ill?
Yeah.
Was it a nervous breakdown? Was it this? What is that? You said recently on the CBS Morning Show that indeed it was a breakdown. Some of your articles have said it wasn't. So tell me, what was it?
It was a mixture of things. I would say that it was mentally it was a breakdown for me because of all the work that I was doing, everything that I was around. It was a breakdown for me, but physically it was dehydration. I just did not take care of myself at all, which
so
is
it
why I am a vegan
itself
today. Yeah.
In dehydration, but you're willing to say it was just too much coming in on me.
It was. I can honestly, say that it was a lot of stuff going on around me, and I just needed a break.
And was it a sense that you just had to get away from everything?
Yeah, I needed to. I worked for 5 years.